peace. Blessings to the family. Junior Everett the third here, back with another video. Hey, welcome back to the channel, family. So, in today's video, I'm going to demonstrate how I make an herbal infusion using the herb stinging nettle, aka common nettle, nettle leaf, or just plain nettle, which I believe is a wonderful herb that I keep stocked in my home apothecary for my mastering, surviving MS treatments. Okay, with multiple sclerosis, I personally go through bouts of inflammation in my joints, mainly in my knees and in my ankles. And stinging nettle contains several chemicals that have pain relieving and anti-inflammatory properties. All right. Now, for you non-MS viewers out there, stinging nettle is also known to help with seasonal allergies. It helps reduce symptoms of BPH in men. Some studies have shown that it helps with type 2 diabetes. It also helps to treat high blood pressure. It helps with the digestive system. It cleanses the lungs, the bladder, the liver, the kidneys. It strengthens the adrenal gland. It restores blood vessels. Oh, man. And even with women, it helps to relieve the bloated feeling caused by premenstrual fluid buildup. And it's just so much more that the stinging nettle, the benefits of the stinging nettle have. But we just don't have the time to go through all of that today. So when dealing with today's video, just know that the stinging nettle is one of the most nutritious plants on the planet, and it should be consumed on a regular basis for a natural existence. Studies have shown that all parts of the plant, from the leaves down to the root, have medical beneficial properties, and it's packed with all types of nutrients that does the body good. I'm talking about it's high in protein. It contains considerable amounts of calcium, copper, fatty acids, iron, magnesium, potassium, and zinc. It's also an excellent source of vitamin A, C, K, as well as several B vitamins. The stinging nettle gets its name because both the stems and the leaves are covered with these hair-like needles. And each one is like a hollow needle filled with formic acid. I believe that's the word, formic acid, which can cause redness on the skin and a non-spreading rash. It's not deadly, I don't think, but it will cause, that sting, and it will, cause that redness or that rash. So approach the nettle with extreme caution when attempting to harvest it from the wild or growing your own at home. For me, I like to keep it simple and just purchase mines already processed and dried from a reputable source. All right. As you can see here, we have a few examples of the nettle. Here I have, this is the dried leaves. I don't know if you can see that. Put that up to the camera without spilling it. So those are dried leaves, which is basically the star of the show, because this is what I'm going to make my herbal infusion out of. But I also just wanted to show you guys some other examples. Okay, so this will be the dried leaves, but in powder form. Okay, and these are for my own consumption, and so I wash my own hands, but that's why I'm not wearing no gloves. All right, this is for personal use, but my hands are clean. Gotta keep them clean. Got that you know what I'm saying. All right, so that's the powder. And here, that's the root. So that's the root cut. So that's the root when it's harvested and it's cut, which also has its own benefits. And now this is the root in powder form. Okay, so roots are good, leaves are good, but we want them dried and processed. Once you dry them and process, the steam takes the sting out of them, is what we said. And I haven't, and I hear some people, once they'll cook them up and they eat it just like you would eat spinach. So some people actually eat the leaves the same, cook the leaves and eat them the same way you cook and eat spinach. I haven't tried that either, but with all these benefits, I'm gonna do it. So let's jump into this, because we're taking a lot of time. So we'll move all of this out the way. So now, what I've done is, over here I got some hot water brewing. This is brewing. Y'all hear it brewing? We got hot water brewing. So we're gonna make an herbal infusion. So when I make my herbal infusion, what I do is, thank you, mason jar. I get a 1 ounce of dry herb. I basically pour my dry herb into the mason jar. Okay. Just got the dry herb into the mason jar. Take my boiling hot water and I cover it completely. Okay. I'll take my lid. So here's a key when you're doing your herbal infusions and you're using your mason jar. Get the detachable lids. I guess that's what they call. Because if you use the regular lid without the detach, it's very hard to get off. You'll see yourself kind of banging it up against the wall trying to loosen up the lid, but through studies and from watching other people do these work the best. Because then once it's on, when you're taking it off, you're able to get your nails up under that and lift it and break that seal. So get your detachable lid. Boom. And that's hot. So it's hot. So I usually put on my glove to kind of hold that. I should have used the other hand because I'm right-handed. So put that there, hold that down, and get that lid on. Okay, that's hot. So definitely you're gonna need a glove or something to hold because this is hot. So I have my glove that I got from Magical Butter. Shout out to Magical Butter for this silicone glove. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna let this sit a minimum of 4 hours, maximum 8 hours. So what I usually do is make mine at night before I go to bed and let it steep overnight. So I'm getting about 8 hours of steep time, letting that them herbs steep in that hot water. All right, and then she's ready to go.